Royal bombshell. Princess Leonor and Prince Guillaume wedding leaves Spain speechless. Spain thought it had seen everything. A nation accustomed to royal ceremonies, to grand declarations, to moments of protocol and duty. The people expected formality, expected tradition, expected yet another carefully measured step from their future queen. But what unfolded has left the entire country speechless. Because Princess Leonor, heir to the Spanish throne, has not only announced her marriage, she has announced it to Prince Guillaume, and the news has shaken Spain to its very core. And yet, this is not the fairy tale people thought they would see. This is something deeper, more daring, more unpredictable. Because behind this royal wedding lies a story of love, of tension, of family questions, and of history being rewritten before our very eyes. So how did it happen? Why Guillaume? And why now? To understand, we must first look at Leonor's journey. From the moment she was born, her life was not her own. Every gesture, every word, every appearance carried meaning. She was the girl destined to rule, the heir who would one day embody Spain's monarchy. Unlike her peers, childhood was not a time of freedom but of preparation. Every smile was captured, every silence interpreted, every lesson a brick laid in the foundation of a future queen. And through it all, the world wondered, could she truly find love in the midst of so much duty? Could a young woman raised in the eye of history ever choose her own heart? The answer came today. For behind palace walls, away from the gaze of the press and the whispers of politicians, Leonor had quietly built a bond with Prince Guillaume. A bond no one believed would survive the test of secrecy, tradition, and expectation. And yet it did. What makes this union so shocking is not just the marriage itself, it's what it represents. For centuries, royal marriages were contracts. They were political, strategic, symbolic. But Leonor's choice echoes something different. A marriage rooted in love, carried forward by courage, and framed by a determination to be true to herself even under the weight of a crown. Still, the world asks, why Guillaume? Who is this prince who has now been tied forever to Spain's destiny? Guillaume, a royal in his own right, embodies both heritage and modernity. He carries with him the history of his own family, but also a vision of leadership fit for the 21st century. Educated across Europe, steeped in both tradition and progress, he reflects exactly the qualities Leonor has always been drawn to: strength balanced with humility, dignity balanced with compassion. But let us not be naive. A union of this magnitude comes not only with romance but with consequences. Inside the palace, reactions are said to be divided. King Felipe, as father and king, must now reconcile pride in his daughter with the immense responsibility her marriage carries. Queen Letizia, who herself crossed the invisible boundary from commoner to royalty, surely feels a mix of joy and quiet caution, knowing how relentless the world can be when love collides with monarchy. And beyond Spain's borders, the world watches. In Denmark, in the United Kingdom, in the United States, in Luxembourg, the announcement has spread like wildfire. Royal watchers are stunned. Political analysts are weighing what this means for alliances, for influence, for the delicate balance of Europe's monarchies. For some, it is proof that royalty is still alive, capable of inspiring the masses with romance and grandeur. For others, it raises questions about whether monarchy itself belongs in the future. And what of the Spanish people? The reactions are as varied as the nation itself. In Madrid, church bells rang in jubilation. Crowds gathered in plazas, waving flags, shouting her name. For many, this was the fairy tale they had longed for, the image of a young queen stepping boldly into her destiny. But there are also voices of skepticism. Was this too soon? Was it too sudden? Was Spain ready for its future queen to step into marriage before she even ascends the throne? Every answer only creates new questions. Where will the wedding take place? A grand cathedral echoing with centuries of Spanish tradition. Or will Leonor defy expectations and choose a more modern, intimate setting? What of the dress? Will it honor Spain's designers, weaving national pride into every stitch? Or will it be a global creation, symbolizing unity beyond borders? And the guest list, who will stand beside them? Which royals will be honored, which dignitaries will be excluded? Each choice carries weight, each decision a statement. Even now, whispers grow louder. Will this marriage strengthen the monarchy? Or will it draw criticism, sparking debate over Spain's future? But step back from the questions for a moment, and look instead at the heart of it all. At Leonor herself. For in her eyes, this is not about politics. It is not about strategy. It is about love. About two young people daring to build a life together, even as history itself bends around them. And this is why Spain is speechless. Because what was announced is not just a wedding. It is a turning point. A moment where tradition met courage, where love challenged expectation, and where a young woman destined for a crown declared that she would not only rule with duty, but with heart. The story will continue to unfold. The preparations, the ceremonies, the endless speculation will keep the world watching. And yet, no matter what comes next, one truth remains unshakable. Princess Leonor has chosen her path. Prince Guillaume has chosen to walk beside her. And together, they have chosen to shock the world with a royal bombshell that will echo through history. Spain is silent. The world is stunned. And the story of this wedding has only just begun. But silence never lasts long in Spain. Already, conversations are igniting in cafes, in classrooms, in government halls, and across living rooms. Families debate what this marriage truly means. Some call it the rebirth of the monarchy, a reminder that royalty can still inspire, still unite, still embody the dreams of a people. Others whisper fears that this marriage may complicate Spain's fragile balance between tradition and modernity, between crown and citizen. And yet, amid all the debate, one image keeps returning. Leonor standing beside Guillaume, steady and radiant, her posture calm, her expression unwavering. It is the image of a future queen who has made a choice not out of obligation but conviction. That is why the world cannot look away. Because this wedding is not just an event, it is a symbol. A reminder that history is not written in stone, but in choices. And in choosing Guillaume, Leonor has already changed Spain's story forever.